But what do you think though? Like the accountability is clearly something that's been beneficial, and having that frequency around the supporting the decisions that you're making. But given the amount of stuff that's happened, like the action that was taken and the results that you got in the last 12 months compared to, you mentioned that you didn't get the same outcome when you went through the planning process before. What do you think is, like, what was the key difference that's resulted in such a massive uplift in action and results?
I guess it was just having the confidence after getting on board with you guys and really getting a better understanding of the position that we're in, but B, where we wanted to be, and looking at that financial projection piece that you guys do is obviously invaluable, and just being able to reset those sort of goals and expectations on a regular basis to make sure everything's sort of in line with what we're trying to achieve is awesome. So I guess it's given us the confidence to really sort of make a lot of those decisions and as you say, take action. I guess I've found that part has been from day one, and getting all of this in place has been the greatest value.
Yeah, it always surprises me, and I totally get that we have the advantage of having seen hundreds of people go through that modeling, like the financial projections in a really granular way before, but it blows me away when we do it, how people make such big decisions without doing that, because it's like, I was literally just having a conversation with another client, and they wanted to do a really big reno on their property, and everyone knows how that's going to make them feel. You go and drop 7 figures rebuilding your house, you go, that's like, I'm going to have a mad kitchen, might get one of those heated toilet seats, like all of the things there. And but when you look at the numbers, you go, well, actually that's causing a big trade-off around these things, and it means that we feel like we need to work for X longer years.
Yeah.
That then you go, oh, well, that makes me feel a different way. And it's only really, there's no right or wrong there. It's really just what's right for you. But it's balancing those two, how we feel about stuff, and then what the numbers tell us, it's only really then that you can choose the path which is actually the best one for you.
Well, to a certain extent, I guess it takes the emotion out of it, and that's what I found. Like, I think one of the things coming into this as well, like I've always been right into, I had the mindset of, okay, got to have the nice car and all of that, and then when you really start to look at it, and yes, okay, with COVID, you're not hardly leaving the house, so it's not necessarily a great thing to have a car sitting there that you're paying 20 odd K a year for, and that was a big thing. Like, just coming into it, I think literally the month after my lease was up, and I was like, well, I don't need it. My partner and I will share a car, and why not? And so okay, so but then looking at where that money was now able to go into investment, and that's exactly what we've done. We've set up the managed fund off your recommendation, and started to plow money into that, and that's just seeing that sort of trajectory growth of that over the course of the last 12 months has been great change. And do I miss having the nice car? Well, certainly not at all. And maybe that might change in the future, but back to the short-term pain for long-term gain, and maybe having that again in the future when we've bought all that. We've got the upside from the investment that we've made over the course of the term. So that was a big change as well. And I one of the other key things as well is having access to that savings planner. So I use that religiously now, and it's like those ebbs and sort of flows that you have, and being able to actually adjust that, and when you've got sort of, whether it be changes in your financial situation, whether it be pay increases or decreases for that matter, or anything, any little thing, whether it be cancelling a gym membership, or you start to look at it a little bit more holistically to go, well, okay, I adjust that, well, now that changes, and then it's the automation that you guys have put in place behind it as well around the stuff with the banking setup and that, and being able to adjust those. And I have on a number of occasions, I've gone and adjusted that and gone, okay, well, I don't necessarily need to be spending that, and I might want to put that into savings or the offset or managed fund. and it's having that sort of visibility to be able to do that and be comfortable with that, as opposed to, I don't know whether or not that's the right move, and that this through is what's going to be the impact of that long term. But you certainly start to look at it a little bit. It changes your perspective, and you start to look at it and say, well, okay, based on this, and I'm a lot more conscious of that sort of thing now, and it probably cuts down some of the spending. So yeah,
definitely.